You guys, welcome. This is a recap. This is a Saturday recap. You remember last week I told you guys that the DXY, for it to start selling, it has to push up to this point before it can actually drop. So as we can see, let me remove this. It has not yet touched this point, but one thing that I also said to you guys was that we also have two value areas. It's either it rejects on this one, that we can expect it to drop, or this one above here. So now, with that in place, let's look at this. Now let's go and look at this. Now look at the Nasdaq. If you watch the previous video, the Nasdaq was somewhere around here. I told you guys that the Nasdaq is gonna drop. Even now, it's still dropping. So expect the Nasdaq to reach here. Expect it to reach here. Then from after reaching this point here, it can just turn and push back up. Yeah, from this point, you can expect it to turn and push back up, or just continue dropping. But we'll see. So here is just a quick recap. So even the US 30, like I said, I told you guys that they're still around there that expect US 30 to drop. So US 30 we're expecting it to drop to fall back to this point. So whether it reaches this point now or later, you are going to see. Just keep it on watch. You're going to see it. Then also let's look at the German 30. So with the German 30, I also said the same thing. I told you that from where it is, as you can see, these are old analysis. These are last week analysis. I said it's gonna maybe go up, make some sort of small contribution before the actual drop, of which now it did. So as you can see, let me remove this one and also let me move this one to the side. As you can clearly see, it made this drop and it still continue dropping. So even it just expect expect it to continue dropping. Just expect it to continue dropping. So one thing that you can do is that you can just extend this trend line here. Just extend it to here. Yeah. So expect it maybe to drop up until the third touch here on the trend line. Then it can push a bit higher. So meaning that touch this trend line here, then move back up. Just expect that as well. Expect that. I'll explain it on Sunday. On Sunday, I'm gonna make a clean, nice video. So even here as well now, when you check the UK 100, we have the first touch, the third touch, the first touch, second touch, and the third touch. So from this third touch, we're expecting it to automatically from here to just drop to the downside. Just drop to the downside. But I want you to check something. We still have this very area, this one, and we also have this one. These areas are not have not yet been touched. So chances are that this market here, this can be just a very nice clear flat continuation. I'll explain that on Sunday. When I say very clear flat continuation, is that as you can see, this is just a clean impulsive leg. Then this looks like a very flat continuation to the upside. So chances that this can come touch here, then push back up. You see, then push back up and continue going up. clean as that. It's very possible and it's a very good structure for that. So I'll explain the entry criteria for this. When will I take an entry and how? Because if it's like this, I know for most people you just have to make your own rules on how you are going to be able to trade this one. So now let's move to the next one. The next one was silver and gold. So now, as we can check, I said to you guys that it was still somewhere around here that this thing is gonna drop, but because of this, I'm expecting it to come retest this area before the actual drop. But we have this as a value area, and we also have another place up here as a value area here as a 90%. So chances are that this one it can drop, retouch here, and make a double bottom before the actual push. So from the looks of things, this can just come touch here, then continue going up there like that. But how I also see it is that we also have a structure here that I will explain as well. We have a structure here like this. So the market made a tiny impulse, gave us a major section, push back up here to touch here. So chances are that it can come touch here before the actual continuation to the upside. So just be on the lookout for that, but I'll explain it much better the weekend after. So here I told you guys about the miss. When it comes to silver, I told you that there's a big miss here. Big miss meaning a big gap here. The market wanted to touch that very area. So now, eventually, what the market will do is that will push to that very area where it missed. So expected to touch these areas before the actual drop. The drop is coming, but expect it. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Mr. 012P.